Hi, we're just outside California City in the Mojave Desert, and today we're going to visit the Desert Tortoise Natural Area down here. It's about a 5-mile drive up this dirt road, not too bad. We took it in our RV here. We're going to check out and see if we find some turtles. So our desert tortoise is called a Gophorus agassizii. Open daily from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Stay on the dirt road, and it's free to the public. Here we got some claw marks from our turtle, obviously. Not sure what he's digging for, but he's digging for something. Here we got a hole for somebody who lives in here. I don't know if that's the tortoise or just like some other big reptile, or maybe a desert ground squirrel. Caution, watch out for tortoises. Here's a little visitor center gazebo. So here's our desert tortoise here. And he's gonna burrow under here. This is probably a creosote bush, of course. So we have 3 trails out here at TORTOISE. We got a little main trail. We have a plant trail. We have an animal trail. And we have what's called Discovery Loop. Discovery Loop is the longest trail. It's 1.75 miles. And they're all marked here. Little markers. Kind of tells you what you might find here. Whether it's a plant or maybe a little animal that lives down here, right? That might be a wood rat. Maybe some other mammal. Maybe a reptile. Maybe a snake. So it's a really nice tour. Self-guided. But everywhere you look, it's always creosote bushes. And burrow bushes. Like this guy here. There's another marker. This is a burrow bush. Ambrosia domosa. And he's dormant right now. But he'll come up in spring. So up here along the trail, you're going to find all sorts of flowers and plants. Of course, we have our creosote bush. We have a spiny hop sage. A cheese bush. We also have the Mojave horsebrush. Anderson's thorn bush. Golden heads. Burrow bush, or the Ambrosia domosa. We have all sorts of annuals. When you come in springtime, you'll see flowers just blooming wildly. We have lichen. That's a little algae that grows on rocks. We've got the Mojave aster. All right. We also have a lot of dried annuals and grasses like the split grass, blazing star, gilias, desert dandelion, phyllory, and other plants. They all provide important dry forage when live plants are no longer available. We have the paperbag bush, the peach thorn or the Cooper's thorn bush, and we also have the golden or the silver cholas, winter fat, and all sorts of other little plants out here in Mojave Desert. So here's our creosote bush. It's got a big burrow right here, just like in the diagram. This plant here is a spiny hop sage, Graya spinosa. The distinctive gray-tipped leaves and striated bark distinguish this shrub. The hop sage is dioecious, with male and female flowers found on separate plants. Now this is a female. She will display pinkish bracts or flat fruits in the spring. All right, spiny hop sage. This guy here, this is a cheese bush, Habenaclea salisola. Now he commonly grows in the disturbed areas such as washes along roads, cleared areas, and areas grazed by livestock. So it's named for its cheesy odor it gives off. when you crunch the leaves or the flowers. Little cheesy. Wow. So this is a member of the Asteraceae family, or the daisies, or sunflowers. This is our cheesecloth. Here we got another one of our golden heads here. Take a look at these really tiny green leaves here. All right, they're specially adapted to be small to prevent water loss in this harsh Mojave environment. Here's a great example of a creosote ring, a little one. But you see, right in the center, there would have been a mother plant or a father plant that has died a long time ago, but it sent out branches or roots underneath to grow new plants. So we got one here, we got one here, one here. Forms this ring, right? And generation after generation, the rings will expand out farther, and eventually you can get these 20, 30 feet across if they get to be like 10,000, 12,000 years old. We got a little beetle. Here we got some more really cool burrows. Look at that guy way in there. See if we see him. Nah, he's not coming out. Here, underneath the creosote. But look at this one. That's really cool. Go inside there. He'll be out tonight, looking around for some grub. So the sediment on the floor of Mojave Desert consists of mud here. Now this mud was laid down hundreds of millions of years ago when Mojave Desert was underwater, and this came off of the high Sierras and floated out to the ocean and settled. We also have sand and gravel and small pigments of rocks, and these come from more recent activity, like the volcanic activity from the hills up here. Here we have a good example of layering different types of sediment layered over time on this rock here. This is a really nice burrow. This is definitely one of our desert tortoises. Lives down here. Hello. I'll show you an idea how big it is. Here's my hand, right? That's the size of the burrow. So the tortoise is usually the same size as the circumference of the circle of his little burrow here. So here's a good looking golden, or it's a silver cholo. You can use either name. The old name used to be Opuntia echinocarpa, but I call this guy a Cylindropuntia echinocarpa. And this guy grows up to 2 to 5 feet high. He's got yellowish flowers, a dry spiny fruit. It's one of the 3 species of cacti found in the Desert Tortoise Research Natural Area. Here, this guy here is a kind of a unique skeleton of a dead one that we saw earlier. Right here, our silver or golden cholla. Hey, check this out. So we have another cool plant on our trail up here. This is a Mojave aster. It's a flowering plant. These flowers, they can be violet to lavender to white, and they'll kind of just be different, but they'll bloom sometime in spring between April and May, and each plant will produce like 20 different blossoms. Usually you find them on rocky slopes, but out here you find them on our flat desert. How about that? Mojave aster. Here's a great mudstone rock. I got it wet already for you so we can see these striations better. See, it's mud down here. It's muddy color. But over millions of years, you see striations. The deposits would come down and they'd settle at the ocean floor or the seabed floor. And and they just compress each other and compress until you get this rock. So this thing could be, you know, each striation might be 1,000,000 years, might be, you know, 10 million years, who knows, but you don't find a lot of these mudstones out here that have these great striations here, showing the ages. This is a good looking rock. Mudstone. All right, so on the rocks, you may also find this little growth. This is a fungus, or it's an algae. It's called a lichen. It grows out here in the desert on these rocks. And what it'll do is it'll grow in the nooks and crannies or the cracks. And as the little roots expand, or the colonies of this fungus expands, it'll start to erode away the rock, cause it to split. It's a lichen. Look at this interesting little burrow. It's kind of like vertical. I couldn't tell you who lives here, but you got one there. They're kind of all aligned. Here it looks like this is another tortoise burrow underneath this plant here. Big hole. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the tour of the desert tortoise RNA. Sorry we didn't see any tortoises, but we saw all sorts of plants and evidence of tortoises right outside California City in the Mojave Desert. All right, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.